breaker, whereas anyone who is above that, 3-1 or the rare 4-0, is automatically in the bracket phase of this tournament. And as you can see, everything looks weird. So what we're doing is we've just been rescued by Marin, that lovely girl who has green hair today. We now go talk to Taryn, who is going to give us our lovely shield of protectiveness, and we're going to go find a stabby thing where we were washed up.
I just noticed that Crunchy's running on English.
That is interesting. We don't get to see that very often. I wonder if this is just a little show for the fans more often, or something like that, because it's not often you see English on.
Yeah, it's for this category and this route, it's not, really commonly used.
And I think it actually is a little slower to round on English, if I'm not mistaken, too. So I wonder if he's just confident about the race or whatever the case may be. Either way, runners are getting their stabby thing, and here we go. We are going to start attacking things to get money in a second.
Yeah, so coming up is a really kind of random segment of the game where they have to farm 10 rupees, and it's like 50-50 on the beach whether these enemies will drop rupees.
And they have to wait because there's a glitch they perform.
Mashy is getting terrible luck.
I am watching Mashy. Yeah, that's horrible.
This is actually...
That's the worst.
You couldn't have asked for worse luck. That was atrocious.
Meanwhile, Crunchy grabbed the sword a second time. I don't know what happened there.
Looks like Crunchy's actually getting some fairly decent rupee luck.
He's at 5. Now at 6, didn't get the glitch there. Should get 2 here.
Oh, and 8. Getting a rupee dupe as well. So that puts Crunchy at 8.
Mashy is now at 5, but Crunchy will be first to the store. Now, after he gets 2 rupees, which he just didn't have to pick up the other 2, didn't need them. Or other 1, 2. And in this game, we steal things. I don't know why the runners feel thievery is the best way to do it, but I guess they really want to go fast, so they steal things.
You just have to pay the price.
Yeah. In the English version, you will see when you go to the save and quit menu, KrunchyLex is going to now be under the game name of Thief, because the English version, Nintendo of America, decided they wanted you to be reminded that you stole stuff. So your old name no longer matters.
Yeah, even Marin calls you Thief. It's really funny.
Doesn't matter. She's going to be... Never mind, spoiler.
Shoutouts to the Game Boy Color BIOS on Mashy's side.
Crunchy is having a hard time stealing this bow, but he gets away, and guess what? We're not going back there. He doesn't care.
Actually, I think both runners are on console.
Well, they both seem to be having issue with the shop, because now Mash just got his bow. Now it's time to play the trendy game. We have seen this missed over at some point in this tournament. So once in a blue moon, that does happen. We are trying to get that bag of powder. Not the Yoshi doll, but the bag of powder. That might be a little late, actually. Nope, he got it. And we're going to have Mashy's attempt. That looks like it should be a
Looks
good
like
attempt.
both of them got it, yeah. Very solid.
And Crunchy having some movement issues getting around the dog there, apparently. So we're going to go walk by the neighborhood bow wow. We'll see him very shortly. I wonder if the inverted pallets are actually help mess up their movement a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder how much of a challenge this is actually posing for them.
So now we have an owl that's just has to talk to us. And like he said, we don't usually get to see the story. He talks about the windfish napping. Have you ever visited the Tail Cave? Oh, that's hint, hint. You're going to be going there for your first dungeon. You need to find the key. You need to do some tasks. No, we're not going to do those tasks. We're just going to go get our key. We don't care about the tasks.
So it's funny because entering the forest, Crunchy was ahead, but because Crunchy's on English, they're now behind because of the sheer speed of the text.
So this is a showcase of why you speedrunners use the Japanese game. And we're off to the Tail Cave, and we're going to see some of the first real tricks of the speed run. As soon as we get a special item there, we're going to start to see some dungeon breaking. By the way, keyholes, they work from the side.
Yeah, the way the game treats those interactable tiles, it's like if you rub up against them and you're kind of partly clipped into them, it'll acknowledge that as like an interaction.
And that gets even more interesting later, as we somehow can reach through the wall and open a keyhole. Don't know how that happens. But anyway, we are making our way through the Tail Cave now, or at least Mashy is. Crunchy will be in just a moment. And opening that locked door. And typical Zelda fare, push a block, a door magically opens, and you can do more stuff. So we're gonna make our way to that first time now. These side screens are
These
so blinding.
2D segments
I
are something else.
I don't even want to look at that. My goodness. So we're gonna ignore these hearts flying in the air, which is a hint that we're gonna have something to get them with in a second. Hey, look, a feather.
So yeah, now we have a pretty broken dungeon item, which they're gonna use quite a bit from here on out.
Yeah, this is one of the most used items. And speaking of that bag of powder that we picked up in the village, that's one of the least used items. We'll talk about that in a second. But here we are. We're going to come now to the first really broken dungeon jump of the game, or dungeon movement of the game. We're going to ignore this lockblock by clipping on the wall, and it thinks you're on a higher level, so you just jump down into the higher level. And we do it again. Maybe. Except Master's having trouble with it now.
Yeah, Mashy looking like I don't know what that could have what the issue could have been there.
Well, he did eventually get it, and that means he saves the key for that door he just opened. And now, hey, look, a boss. Or mini boss. Hey, look, no more mini boss.
Yeah, the arrows have immense damage output, so pretty much every mini boss gets destroyed by them.
Yep. And we have
so Mashy going for the spin slash strat, which pulling that off pretty well.
And didn't get knocked down, which is ideal for this because you get knocked down and you basically end up having the boss fight reset, having to go back to the previous room. And we have I think it's called the Full Moon Cello.
Yep.
That we have, and that is our first instrument. Now, we're going to be trying to generally skip all of the instrument cutscenes, but we cannot skip this one or we soft lock the game. So, what I mean by that, you'll see in about 15 seconds or so. As KrunchyLex takes out his Moldorm and is going to get his Heart Container Go to get his Full Moon Cello. The Owl is going to talk to us and probably KrunchyLex a little bit further behind.
Yeah, these text boxes that the Owl gives are gonna put a little bit of a gap between the runners. And, so fun fact about this text box, I don't think you can cancel that with B in English.
No, I don't think you can. So Swamp, a path opens in the blooms. Yeah, we're going to the swamp next. And we're going to not really worry about what those text boxes say because we're doing things out of order. Somewhat in order, but somewhat out of order. So here we are back in the forest. We're going to make our way past the area where we originally got the tail key. And here we go into the swamp. We're under the heart piece of shame first, now into the swamp area, and now we're going to enter a cave nearby. This is the cave where we need to go to rescue everyone's favorite neighborhood puppy, Bow Wow. Hey, buddy, it's serious.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can skip it in English.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's good.
So this boss... Oh, go ahead.
It's worth noting that you're seeing both runners are kind of jumping around, spin slashing, and like seemingly arbitrarily killing stuff. But that's actually going to serve like a purpose later on in one of the later dungeons because they're setting up for something.
And we will see that very, very soon. Not in this upcoming dungeon, but in the following dungeon. So now we're going to take Bow Wow up to the lovely flowers, and he was very cooperative today. He ate that within about a second. So Mashy gets in very quickly. Sometimes Bow Wow just isn't hungry and doesn't want to eat for a while, and then finally decides, okay, I'll eat that for you. Or more for himself, I guess, because it's his stomach. So we are now inside the swamp dungeon, the dungeon inside the swamp. We are only going to be getting our item here, and then after that, we're going to be leaving. We actually don't plan to finish this right now. The reason for this, and it will be evident later why this is, but it will be faster to finish this dungeon once we come back later.
Yeah, in these 2D Zeldas, it's not uncommon to complete dungeons kind of in like a staggered order, where you complete portions of one and then you do others, because just, oh my god,
Wow.
that was my eyes.
Mashy, why? So he's going to continue on now that he's taken out the ogre mini boss or whatever it is. Oh no, not again, not again. How can the ghosts survive in that light? How can they survive? So that's where the item was, by the way. And now that we have said item, we're going to be leaving.
So we're actually going to be doing like a forking path. We're going to be starting from the entrance of Dungeon 2, but going to 2 different places. The first place is to get the mushroom, which is kind of an unassuming item casually, but serves a really, really important purpose in the speedrun. And then they're going to go to the other side and then set up some stuff for a warp later, which is ironic because it's warpless.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that you warp and warpless. Actually, why don't we explain what the warpless category means? You want to go into that?
It specifically is like referring to a type of warping called wrong warping, where it's like unintended behavior when moving between like map palettes, and you can use that to do some pretty heavy exploiting of the game, and it really changes the speedrun. So this kind of omits that.
We can do wrong, or I should say glitch jumping, but we can't do any actual wrong warps. There are some caves where you have to be careful to avoid such a wrong warp. But there is one later on we'll talk about later that actually is permitted because of how it is set up within the game.
So Crunchy has to be careful because they're on half a health.
Yeah, he took some damage from the spikes, so that's going to set him back a little bit. He has to be careful as he continues here.
So coming up is on the left side of the screen is going to be a use of the mushroom. Because when you open the text box that's triggered from holding up the mushroom, it causes Link to like remain on the screen.
This also gets us to avoid the entire mission that we have to do normally to get into this backyard, which involves a lot of trading of items, and we don't have time for that nonsense. So this mushroom allows us to skip that.
And then once you buffer out of that screen, you can hold an input, and then it'll accept it, and then you'll go down to the bottom screen where you're not supposed to.
So we just picked up what looks like some kind of tail or feather, whatever you want to call that. It actually is supposed to be the key for the next dungeon, which you're going to be going into. It just doesn't look like it yet, so it magically transforms after we leave the screen. The game just knows that we haven't picked it up yet, and that's why it looks like that is the item that we picked up. And Mashy seems to be having some trouble leaving the screen, and there he goes. And Crunchy now visiting the warps to make sure they're all generated on the map. The key interesting thing about the warps, you don't have to use the warps to activate them. You just have to see them on the map, and they're permanently active. And
yeah, which is
he's open from behind.
Yeah, that's that other example of clipping into a block and then interacting with it.
And we're gonna throw a pot at a door, and somehow that causes it to open. I have never had that work in real life. I just destroyed a pot.
So coming up, I explained how they were killing stuff along the way, which they're continuing to do, and the reason being is going to come up here in a couple rooms.
Comment in chat about the dark rooms. You can't see in the dark rooms because they burn your retinas out. That's absolutely correct. So now Crunchy.
So hopefully in this room here, there's going to be a really important item drop. There you go. So that item is going to give you like increased speed and increased damage output, which just makes fighting things and moving around a lot faster. And it's based on a kill counter. So they were farming kills to get it to drop in a specific spot.
Nice Dodongo skip as well, and gets his Dungeon 3 item, or gets the item from the chest there, and now Crunchy is in Dungeon 3. He's going to make his way to
yet again at a very low health, so Crunchy's going to have to be really careful here.
And there is where the Dungeon 2 item, that was the Pegasus boots, come into play here to get you across that pit. No mushroom needed.
So that Dodongo skip trick actually has to be done twice. Oh, it's okay. So Mashy not quite getting the second one.
Yep, second try.
Okay, so Mashy intentionally reset that one.
He's gonna do it again.
There you go.
And he's through. And oh boy.
So Crunchy's hopefully going to be able to farm some health at some point.
He may have to jump for the hearts that are hanging in that one room that Mashy just went through. That will get him some health.
Yeah, but, luckily one of those enemies dropped a heart. So
meanwhile, Slime Eye, the younger cousin of Cold Stare, you just slash him to split them apart, and 2 eyeballs are what remain, and then you attack them and murder them.
And that fight's also accelerated because of the power-up. The way it works without it is actually a little different.
And did he get the instrument skip?
So,
no, he did not get the instrument skip.
No, he didn't. So unfortunately, so there's this trick that can save like 15 seconds in the run, but it's not only frame perfect, but if you get the right frame, it's like a coin flip. And it involves opening the item menu at a certain time when touching the instrument.
And sometimes a run, in terms of whether it's going to be a good time, in terms of like a world record quality time, can be determined by those instant cutscene skips. Each one takes about 20 seconds or so, and plus any amount of time that you have to sit and talk to the owl afterwards. So that can be a lot of time eaten up by not being able to get that skip. It is hard even for top runners to do. You're rarely going to see a run that has 5, 7, 6, or even 5 of those.
So Crunchy coming up. So unfortunately, Crunchy's kill routing has been interrupted because of when you take a death, the kill counter gets reset. It looks like Crunchy was still able to actually farm enough because I just noticed that they have piece of power.
Yeah, they have this hard flash, and he does have a piece of power, so he is good as far as that goes. He just has to get into the staircase, which he does. And he makes it through the jump. And by the way, we are waking up a walrus without Marin. Apparently, planting a bomb on the prior screen is equivalent to Marin singing.
Yeah, this trick it looks very, like there's not a lot of moving parts to it, but there's a lot of little tiny nuances and inputs that are crucial to that trick, or else it'll make the game unplayable because it'll soft lock.
Yeah, if you wait too long, I don't know who the character is, but it comes on the screen and it basically soft locks the game. If you go too quickly, then the walrus comes back. So you have to do it absolutely perfect timing. And as you notice, Mashy killed himself afterwards. You might be wondering, why did Mashy kill himself afterwards? The game thinks he's still in the cutscene state. So in order to be able to get your weapon back and keep the walrus gone like this, you basically have to commit suicide.
Yeah, because the game locks your inputs, and in this category, it's valid to use that as a form of travel because it permits like saving and quitting.
So we're now in the Land Mola's room. I think he's on vacation. Meanwhile, KrunchyLex did not get instrument cutscene skip. They're uneven pegging as far as that goes, except for the text here. I don't know how the owl has forgot that you have not actually picked up the instrument in level 2. And there's the next dungeon. I have seen the dungeon key work from behind, but I'm going to assume that's a really difficult trick to pull off.
I think that's relevant in some categories, yes, but in this one, it's not necessary.
Right.
Like in some categories that do involve like wrong warping, I believe they employ that. So Crunchy's actually intentionally taking some early damage here. And that's simply because it's faster to like get down to 1 health from the I don't know what you call those, but as opposed to just touching the cactus.
Yeah, some enemies are stronger than others, as is natural with any Zelda game. And Mashy is now working his way through level 4 and gets his first key, so he's going to go find the usage for that key.
And coming up here is what people have started affectionately referring to as dumb jump number 1, which Mashy had no problem with.
Yeah, and the reason they're called dumb jumps, by the way, they're just dumb.
Yeah, they're just some dumb jumps.
There's no other way to put it. So we are going to actually use that key block, one of the few key blocks we actually opened in this run. And high cue ball.
I think Crunchy got Walrus Skip. I can't tell. No.
Oh,
okay,
no!
So Crunchy's gonna have to redo that trick because they did it in such a way where it did ultimately soft lock the game.
Yeah,
so
as soon as that bunny appears to notice the walrus gone, you are stuck because Marin is not there. Marin cannot leave. So that's going to set Crunchy back quite a bit here as he has to do this trick again, as you noted. But he also has to try and get that timing right again.
So this one looks correct.
That seems to be enjoying the music. And he got out. Okay, so now we're going to go fillet a fish.
Yeah, so this fight is actually not that challenging.
Yeah, basically fillet a fish.
It's another byproduct of the arrow. In this case, a bomb arrow being so overpowered.
Very simple.
Which Link's Awakening did bomb arrows first.
Now we're going to have a skip. I don't think he got a skip.
Unfortunately, not getting ICS again.
So we're going to be doing a lot of skipping now. We're just coming from Angler's Tunnel, which is the actual proper name of that dungeon. But we're gonna make our way now not to level 5, but to level 7. The reason for that is because the place we're actually going is level 8, but level 7 is along the way, so we might as well go there first.
And you're supposed to have an item from one of the previous dungeons to get the key to open Dungeon 7, except using some clever usage of super jumping, we can, grab it without needing the item.
That item, by the way, is the hook shot. The hook shot will unfortunately not be picked up from level 5 in this run, even when we do go there.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that hookshot is not used whatsoever in this run.
From the required status and Link to the past and to unrequired here, it's kind of funny to think about that.
This trick is a lot different when you, depending on the rule sets you use, which Link's Awakening differs greatly from Link's Awakening DX in that respect. So you actually need the hookshot in order to get this key in the DX run.
Okay, let's see how Mashy does on this. There is a wrong warp here. If he could hit that wrong warp on the left, and that would not be good. But he gets across.
Yeah, so that was pretty clean. And now we have the bird key.
And now he's gonna kill himself too in the pit, and out he, well, not kill, just fall down the pit, and out he is.
Crunchy struggling with the dumb jump number 1.
That pallet just begs a different way to do that room.
It makes the water look very dirty.
Yeah, it makes it look like the actual water is land the way this is colored. And Crunchy taking a couple dives.
Yeah, that trick, you have to hold the up input at a certain time, and it's kind of, there's not really a really good visual cue for it.
He could use the mushrooms as backup, but he's actually not doing that. I find that curious.
So this trick that Mashy's doing is another required trick because we don't have the hook shot. He's trying to do another, there we go. Actually, no, this might not work. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, no. Okay.
Hit the pit. Oh, no.
So that's going to have to be a save and quit because...
Yeah, that's a save and quit.
It respawns you inside of the tile.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate spot to get nailed there, to get soft locked. So take number 2. At least it puts you only a screen away, a couple screens away. So just avoid the pit this time.
And there we go. And Crunchy coming up on the dungeon item in D4.
So we're going to now proceed to level 7, and Bow Wow gets to shine here. So the gargoyle comes to life, and...
oh no.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow decided to not eat it today.
Bow Wow.
Once the tower starts to turn, it's impossible.
Bow Wow, you're not doing your job. Brought you along for a job. You're not doing it. Bad boy. Wow, this looks pretty heavy. Not very often you get to see the English.
So this dungeon does heavy usage of the bomb trigger to basically completely turn the puzzle on its head. We do it in an order or in a fashion that is completely unintended.
What puzzle?
Yeah, it's not even a puzzle, but you have to blow up these pillars in a certain order, and you can trigger the event by just performing a standard bomb trigger.
It's not a puzzle at all. Link is just a demolitions expert.
I guess that really does qualify Link as a demolitions expert.
Pretty much.
So the method that Mashy's doing, it's funny, there's actually lots of methods to perform this trick, and the one using the side here appears to be disagreeing with Mashy a little bit.
I think he's out of bombs.
No, Mashy's okay.
I was wrong.
So Mashy attempting to blow up pillar 4 first.
Not got pillar 3. That was the one you.
I don't know if that.
First.
I don't know if destroying 4 before 3 is possible. I know some of them you can do out of order, so that might be possible.
Either way, the tower is no longer 4 floors. It is now a much more comfortable to climb 3 floors. Now we're gonna clip our way out over this block, and hey, there we go. We're gonna ignore the try your luck puzzle.
And here's one of the great equalizers of Link's Awakening. Is the Goomba Surf. Oh, finding this pixel with this palette might be really hard.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really difficult.
There's this very specific, like Y position
Oh,
that
he
Link has to
got
be
he
on.
got
Oh
lucky.
wow,
And, oh,
that
that was
was
brilliant.
actually, you couldn't have asked for a better Goomba Surf.
Yeah, he didn't
It's-
even have to climb on the wall. That was brilliant. Just hopped right up.
This is a very Plague Knight palette.
So we're going to be basically attacking this bird's beak with explosives, which if you had explosives in your face, you'd get a little angry too, I'm sure. Oh, that one missed. That's not good.
Quite timing that.
He's going to reset the fight.
Yeah, resetting the fight might be the best thing sometimes because when you get off sequence, it's hard to get back on track.
That was too early. Nope, we got it.
And Mashy has enough bombs to do it, so
Oh, he missed again. I thought that was early.
that might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. So we're going to go back down after getting this heart container. Oh, by the way, this is the last heart container we're going to get on this run. We'll explain later.
Okay, so here's another chance to get ICS.
Will he get it?
Oh, not quite. Very
That's a
close
no.
though.
I don't think he's hit any of them yet, has he?
Okay, so Crunchy successfully getting the bird key. Oops. I was worried that Crunchy was going to save and quit there.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. So now Ash is going to leave level 7. Now going to make his way from the from this tower, the tower called the Eagles Tower, by the way, to Dungeon 8, going through the Tao Mountain range here. And this is going to lead us to a dungeon affectionately known as, apparently it's the same name as the one from Link to the Past. I don't know why. We call it Turtle Rock. On the way, we're going to cross this bridge using, drugs, a mushroom. And
Yeah, this segment is actually very challenging.
yeah, the hook shot is normally intended here, since you're supposed to have it from level 5. You should be using it to get across, but we don't have that. So we're going to do it our way. And
here's
hi, Baron.
a funny byproduct of doing this dungeon route is that you have to both watch his Marin cutscene and then just promptly ignore her.
Yeah, if picking her up would A, be probably impossible as long as Bow Wow's in tow, and B, would involve having Terran come along and the owl, and then you have to do something to take her home or whatever the case may be. It's like, no, we're not.
It's just like a very long cutscene. I don't even remember what happens in it.
Welcome to the room that kills speedruns.
Yeah, this is another great equalizer. So that's... Huh.
Oh, he missed the shot. Missed the space.
I wonder if you're able to... I didn't think you were able to get the
Might have it.
the placement on that column of tiles.
You might have
Okay,
it
so I think Mashy successfully got it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have it.
So using that setup, you can actually buffer a boot jump by like getting it frozen with the shovel, and it's like very consistent.
You are able to hop on that space. I've seen that a few times. So that is a successful clearance of the room that kills speedruns.
Yeah, that was actually really well done.
Yep, and KrunchyLex moving through the Eagle Tower now. He's going to do his own demolitions expertise. And Mashy going to do fire skip.
That fire skip always scares me when I do it. Fun fact, you have to kill this moblin to perform this bomb trigger. In case you were confused why Mashy arbitrarily just slashed it.
So this is actually right above the swamp area where we went to level 2. So it's worth pointing out that level 8 is a level we will also be finishing later. Not right now, but later. We're going to just here to get the item right now. And the item that we are about to pick up in the next 2 minutes or so is literally going to break the entire game.
Yeah, the run really changes here.
So he's pushing a couple of those blocks that allow you to, and we just saw it in the previous room where you have to fill the tiles in to get across. There's actually a room coming up. We're going to have to fill the entire room in order to get the boss key. We'll see that in a moment. So we're getting a key from shooting that statue in the eye, and we're just going to somehow, clip in and
The
push
old
this block
sideways
down.
block push. A classic.
That is a classic. And I'm actually going to refill his health and items here. He needed the health.
Okay, so Crunchy successfully getting Goomba Surf.
Very
So
nice.
we're past that hurdle.
Oh my. Yep, we're doing more retina burning here. Ooh, in the lava.
Into the ectoplasm.
Yeah, that works too.
Shout out Sublino Skip. It's a jump that is permitted in the Link's Awakening rule set, but not in the DX one.
And there is the magic rod, which, as I said, the item they're going to pick up is going to break the speed run, break the game. That magic rod does break the game, because now what the runners are going to use in various rooms is they're going to be using that magic rod to generate sprites. There's no magic meter in this game, so you can use the magic rod as much as you want to. You have unlimited magic, and that means that you can just fire magic, and that magic is all counted as sprites. So what you're going to see the runners doing, such as here, he's going to pull out the magic rod, generate some sprites with it, and the room's empty. There was no mini boss. And just like that, the nightmare key appears. And now we're going to fall into another... Oh, he got the boss back. But guess what? You don't have to fight him. You fall into a unused room. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Maybe you can explain better than me. But you fall into an unused room that is still considered part of level 8. Are you still here, Seki?
My mic's been off for like a jillion years because I'm a genius. Oh, I was explaining how the unused tiles qualify as the same map because they're just used as to fill in the negative space.
So it is considered as part of level 8, and you can still come out and you're leaving level 8. So now we're going to head to, I believe it's level 6 that we're doing next, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yes, it is. We are heading to Dungeon 6, the Face Shrine, and that is the one that we're going to be doing right now.
So Crunchy coming up on the hardest of the pit jumps.
It's not so much because of technique, I think. It's because there is so much lag here.
There's quite a bit of lag, yeah. I think Bow Wow exacerbates it.
Yeah, Bow Wow definitely is not intended to be held by you at this point. So I guess the devs just thought, yeah, they're not going to have Bow Wow here. We can have these extra sprites here. Oh, nope. We have Bow Wow here. The system just can't handle it. And this is actually not the dungeon. This is actually something we have to do on the way to the dungeon.
Yeah, this is sort of like I think supposed to act as like a midway point.
Yeah, this is the Armos Night that we're taking out here. So we're going to then be going to unlock the actual dungeon, and we'll see if Bow Wow actually is hungry. Speaking of which, I didn't see if Crunchy's Bow Wow got the cutscene for the previous dungeon or not.
Oh, I didn't notice. Uh-oh. Okay, so I actually got to use some iframes there to avoid the Armos. The Armos deal 2 hearts of damage, so you really don't want to touch them. Okay, so Crunchy's successfully getting past the pit. Uh-oh. Okay, really nice dodge from Crunchy.
Mm-hmm. So we are now going to
Ooh, the bomb
get hit.
fairy troll.
Got to the staircase at least, so
Oh,
he's
well, at least... So Crunchy's gonna have to take a death or do a save and quit, but it's fine.
and Crunchy is doing. Yeah, you're gonna try and do fire skip, but as you said, he had to take a death there, so he's gonna just respawn in here again and get another try at it.
Yeah, and on Mashy's screen,
Oh,
he literally despawned the cutscene using the rod.
yep, and yeah, that's another fascinating thing about Bow Wow. He is a very, very hungry boy. He can eat entire cutscenes. I don't know why he didn't want to eat the gargoyle, but he can eat cutscenes. And Crunchy's gonna have to take another death.
Yeah, this fire thing, it's really easy to take 2 hits, and each hit takes 4 damage. So you're not intended to be able to do this casually, but with a wall clip, it actually negates the knockback effect of it, so you can just keep walking through it.
Crunchy went to look for another half heart. I think he got getting 2.5 hearts of damage on the fire there, so he's trying to get the extra health and try to buffer his way through. And
There you go.
this time he had no problem even without the extra health.
It might not be 4, I think it's plus.
Yeah, it looked like 2.5 on his screen when he was doing it. I thought it was 3.
2.5 suns, right?
So Crunchy is now going to see if he can get inside Turtle Rock here. Meanwhile, Mashy is going through the face shrine.
Okay, good.
He does get the key block skip. The one we've been skipping those all run. We're getting another magic rod. Bashy, there it is. We're gonna do it again here. So we just don't want to fight anything in these rooms. We don't need to be doing anything here. We have things to do. Get out of the way.
Some safety fairies. Never a bad idea, because we don't get health refills in this category after a certain point, so...
Well, we're past that certain point. I was going to talk about that because we just skipped the boss, as you noticed. So remember when I said that level 7, that was the last heart container we're going to see? I meant it. They don't get any of the health refills from picking up the hearts either. So this is all they got until they get a final heart refill later, and that's all they have to the end of the game.
Yeah, fortunately, there's a very tactical fairy that you can get on the way to the final boss, which is very convenient. So there's supposed to be an owl. Oh no. Okay, so
Yep, there's an owl.
the staircase here slows you down, and you actually have to be like almost flush with that screen for that to work. Because the lag will actually dissipate before you can reach it if you're too far away.
So now we're on our way to level 5. Now he is taking the land route. You can also take a water route, which will take you by a lovely mermaid. Just a piece of knowledge, fun fact about the Japanese version of the game. You're not getting her necklace. Probably why we don't explain that any further.
Dungeon 5 makes a lot of use of the magic rod, but it's also still one of the more complex dungeons.
And we're going to be despawning rooms again all over the place here because, you know, that's faster. There are occasionally rooms that they are going to kill something in because there's no really time loss. More time loss despawning it in those cases. Such as this one, you have to destroy all these things to get through anyway. And you can get the hearts here, so why not?
So Crunchy now getting the boss key for Dungeon 8. There might be a route divergence here.
And Crunchy just gets his cue ball skip again.
So fun
So
fact
he
about
has
that brace is that that's the flag. That once the flag for having the level 2 brace gets like flipped, the game determines that the ghost isn't following you anymore.
Yeah, that ghost is tied to that. So once you have the level 2 bracelet, you don't have to worry about the ghost anymore.
Okay, so there is a route divergence, I believe.
How is
So
that?
Crunchy's going to complete Dungeon 8 first. So
Oh,
Crunchy's going to look like they're farther behind than they really are.
or rather, even further behind is a good way to put it. This means that he's going to be fighting Hothead, which...
No. Crunchy's not going to fight Hothead. Crunchy's going to despawn it.
Oh yeah, he has Magic Rod. That's right. So he will finish it. And my bad. Yeah,
This is just for routing purposes because Crunchy's going to get a certain item for the boss fight.
Yeah. He may decide he wanted the heart too.
You don't get the hard piece from this fight.
Oh yeah, because you skip it. I'm not used to this route like this.
Yeah, this route's a little different. We haven't seen this trick on Mashy's screen yet, but Mashy will have to do this too, but it's a very difficult super jump.
This is a very tough jump. I've seen it fail numerous times. And it seems Crunchy is having trouble with it right now as well. I mean, the alternative is to take a long trek around to make your way through the actual staircase puzzle.
I think it's actually harder to perform the baby super jump with anything but the sword. I think the sword has like a special property.
He did get on that middle platform once, and Mashy did not get the ICS again.
There we go. Okay.
This time he got through. There we go. Now time to despawn the boss. And yeah,
Perfect.
Hothead has taken the day off.
Here's a chance for ICS. Ooh, that looked good.
That did look good.
Okay, Crunchy's thinking about it, so that means Crunchy got it. Okay, so they sort of canceled it.
Yeah, he canceled it out. It looks. So Mashy is done with level 5 Catfish Ma, going back past the mermaid, and now gonna head over to where Crunchy is just finishing Dungeon 8 to go skip Hothead himself. And Crunchy already being told to go the egg, which he can't actually do yet. And Bow Wow gets a snack. So he uses the warp. He's going to head over to finish Turtle Rock at this point, taking the back entrance. Now he's going to try and do his own skip here, so let's see how he does with it. Oh, he also had trouble with the first attempt. Crunchy is taking the warps himself, getting back to the Animal Village area. And Mashy is also having some difficulty with this jump. So let's see how Mashy is able to handle this. He should get it eventually. He has lots of time to do it, and he does get it. So he's going to now despawn Hothead himself. And there it is. Will he get the ICS? I don't think we've seen an ICS yet, unless I missed one. I don't... He did get this one. He got it.
So Mashy, having completed all but one dungeon, but luckily Dungeon 2, which we've left for last, is on the way to the final boss, so the routing actually works out here.
So Crunchy is taking out the King Armos right now. Mashy is heading through Dungeon 2, which is his last dungeon to complete. It is, yes, our last dungeon to complete. And it's just convenient that you can hop down from Turtle Rock, fall in the swamp, and hey, you can just finish this up and go straight to the egg.
Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah. I would have reset the room. Oh, you have to take the stairs.
Yeah, yes, reset.
You have to kill these enemies in a certain order.
Yeah, it's the order is Pole's Voice, and then Keys, and then Stalfos. Do it in any other order, the chest does not appear. Oh, door didn't want to open for a sec, but he got the key, and he got it in, and is going to try to despawn, and there it is. Staircase just appears like there was nothing there. Oh, nice jump from Mash.
Very clean.
And we despawned a boss. Now, this is why I said finishing this dungeon now is better than finishing it, half an hour ago. Because if we went to finish it half an hour ago without the magic rod despawn that room, we have a very, very long boss fight with the genie. And we'd rather not have a very, very long boss fight with the genie. So since this is right near the egg, it's quicker to do this now and then just go straight to the egg since we have to go by here anyway. With that said, we're now on our way to said egg, about 4 screens away or so.
But not before we skip one more owl text.
Yep, we're going to skip the owl cutscene. And as soon as we skip that owl cutscene, we can go open the egg. This is taking a little while. There we go.
And then this time we can't despawn, but we have to perform a bomb trigger. And then this should do it. Yep.
And with that said, the instruments appear and we get music. And that somehow is enough to put a hole in the side of the windfish egg. And we get annoyed by the owl one more time. And he just sits there
and
saying,
these rooms are going to hurt, just so you know.
Yeah, you're going to be... If I clear your eyes with bleach before watching those 2 rooms. But now we're going to be able to see. Now this... is an area you're supposed to go to the library during the training sequence and get the path for this maze. But if you don't ever do the training sequence, you have to get through the maze somehow, and how you do it is follow the same route. There's the default pattern.
It's like a default pattern. Okay, going for that blob nip on Mashy's side.
And that default pattern, by the way, is always left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. And look at that, we have Aghanim. Now, this Aghanim is not as, shall we say, static as the Link to the Past version. You can get blue balls randomly at any time. There is a manip that you can use to ensure you get 4 orbs, but you don't have the orb random lightning sequence that you do in Link to the Past. You have whatever Aghanim wants to throw at you. It's a blue ball like that, it's a blue ball. So you're at the mercy. You could be here for 20 minutes and get nothing but blue balls.
Oh yeah, this luck isn't playing very nice. Wow, okay. That's 3 in a row.
3 blue balls. 4
wow.
blue balls.
Okay, and the problem with this fight is it can whittle your health down too. So if you get too many blue balls, then you could just die.
Yeah,
so
this
this could mean trouble for Mashy.
This is not good at all. That is 6
Oh
blue
my
balls.
goodness.
6
The odds
blue
of this,
balls.
that's like flipping a coin and getting 6 tails. 7
7.
tails.
Did he actually set up a reverse manip?
I don't know the manip. There
There's
we
an
go.
arm.
So one more. Hopefully
So,
Mashy doesn't die.
so he
Because
has,
to an
yeah,
extent it's out of his control.
he has
Okay.
2 hearts left for this last fight. So for the rest of this fight. So this is not a good scenario because the arms on the last phase do 1 heart of damage each. He's limited in what kind of damage he can take right now. Shadow Moldorm played very nicely though, and he got it out. And it brings up Shadow Ganon. And he flings his staff around, Link to the Past style.
Playing it a little safe with the bats there. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, that's another rough
So
one.
Mashy can take... Oh, no!
No, he can't take any more
He
damage.
didn't get the... No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
He
He's on
cannot
1-hit
take...
kill.
We're going to the final phase right now. We cannot take damage from these arms at all. They do 1 heart of damage. Mashy has 1 heart. He has to get 16 arrows in the eye. And even after getting 16 arrows in the eye, when you eventually see it, those arms will still be able to damage you until the boss disappears. So he has to be accurate and avoid those arms. He's doing the 2 jump just to be safe here. That eye is not being cooperative.
Yeah, this fight is just not going Mashy's way at all.
And he took the head! No!
Okay, so that was really terrible luck on Mashy's part.
And that's Crunchy, while he is still behind, that's a lot of time he just made up there. And
Mashy needs to get more arrows.
Yeah, he needs to refuel. So Crunchy has a window of hope here.
That was pretty devastating.
Yeah, that was horrible blue ball luck there. And with 7 blue balls, that means that a lot of damage that he had to endure there, and he had further trouble with the fight. So that was just overall not a good fight for him.
Yeah, I think he's taking the portal to the village. Or
somewhere else. To the mountain.
Oh, arrow drops in D8. That makes sense.
So welcome back to level 8.
Actually, this might be faster. I don't know.
Yeah, there's arrows right there. He knows about those. And there's
Because it also has health.
Gets
So
all
no,
his health back. So
the health is wise, yeah.
now, he could just go back to the entrance to the dungeon through that, but he's going to go back through the back way instead. Oh, he's going to get more arrows. He's doing that to get more arrows. He thought about leaving and went back to the back way.
He also could have grabbed the arrow drops on the right.
He might have forgotten about those. He's just going to the back way again. Oh, he's leaving this time. He could have gone back out the front door and gone back to the egg through the swamp, but I guess he decided this is faster.
I think it's faster to just take the portal.
Given the number of screens we're going through, I'm not sure. I don't.
It's
have
probably close. Like they're probably very close.
I don't have this timed out, so I couldn't say. But let's see where this ends up. Yeah, it is pretty close. I think there's more screens, but you don't have to go through the front of the dungeon. So I don't know.
Mashy thought he had to bomb trigger it again.
Oh yeah, I did this already.
I'm confused now, actually.
I think he did a save here, so he's gonna make sure that he doesn't have to do that again.
Oh, that is a great idea.
Meanwhile, Crunchy gets to win Marimba and does not get ICS. He gets to hear more music. And is he gonna get the quick kill on the first phase again? We don't have powder, so he has to. Yes, he did. The question is to get through level 2 as quick as possible. Hope that Mashy has more problems here, and he can still win this race. Aghanim so far being friendlier. Oh, not again. He's just swinging that sword as if to say, don't you dare, and he dared.
As if, well, I think he's gotten 3 spheres now.
That's
So
3 blue balls.
So at least the next one will be it. There you go.
There we go.
Oh no, I thought he was
No,
on one hit kill.
That's his 3rd hit, yeah, I think.
Oh.
And that's 4 blue balls. Mashy is just not having the blue ball luck today.
That was better.
That's save 3. We have 4.5 hearts. If he can keep it clean up to the final phase, he could should be proper. And there goes Shadow Moldorm. Very easy. And Shadow Ganon takes the hit from the Fire Bat. That's okay. Or the Shadow Bat, I guess I can call it. And we managed to quick kill the final phase, so the next phase. So now we're on to the final phase. And we just have to wait for that eyeball to open again. 16 hits once again. He has 29 arrows, so he's well armed for this.
Oh, good 4 hit.
That looked like a 3. Crunchy is in the correct order room right
6
now.
hits left. Right, I think. Or is it?
That? Oh, two hits of damage.
Okay.
This is trouble. This is trouble.
Okay, so this is really bad because now Deathel is like escaped.
No! No! We have to do it all
So
over again.
Crunchy's pulling back.
He's in the last dungeon. He has to Magic Rod's way through. This is Mashy's last chance to win it cleanly.
That idea to make a save file was very smart. That's like a good marathon strat.
It was. Yeah, that's something you do in a marathon, so if something goes wrong, you just reset it.
Oh, okay, so not... So, I don't know if Mashy knows the other setup.
We're going to find out, because you have to have the mushroom to kill the first phase, and we can't do that.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's amazing. That's really good luck.
Wow.
Okay, so Mashy, I think Mashy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he does. He's on Aghanim. Meanwhile, KrunchyLex is about to play the music. Because Mashy is still playing, we're not going to get to hear the music a second time.
Now we get to listen to the best.
We get to hear this. We get to hear this soundtrack instead. So don't complain.
Really, really good Aghanim luck.
Yeah.
Okay, this fight's shaping up to be good.
This is looking a lot better already, just from the Aghanim
3 for 3 Shadow Moldorms. Mashy just wants to flex on us.
He intended this all along.
I wanted us to endure this color palette a little longer.
Okay, so we're on the final phase once again. 16 arrows to the eye. If he doesn't get it this time, he should be fine this time, but if he doesn't get it this time, then KrunchyLex could easily steal this. Okay, getting the hits. I think we got about 7 so far. He's being very cautious, just firing like 1 or 2 at a time.
Not a bad idea.
There. Lost an arrow, took a hit.
He's got it.
Now.
He's got it. I think he's got a couple left. Yeah.
Yep,
okay, so that'll be GG.
And Koholint Island will momentarily be destroyed on his side. Spoiler alert. So we should note that time will be when he climbs the staircase and it fades to white. And that's time.
Okay.
We have an official SRL time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 2 seconds. That is your first place time and your winner of today's race, ladies and gentlemen. Much longer time than we're used to in this tournament, but it just shows the kind of trouble both runners had at various points in their runs, and both having the fortitude, of course, to finish it up. But what bad luck Mashy had on the Aghanim fight and on the Deathel fight at the very end, too. So what bad luck led to having to do that fight 3 times and still having the ability to come out in first place on it, because Crunchy also had his own bad luck.
Mashy on 4 health here. Hopefully that won't cause too many problems.
You mean Crunchy?
Yes, sorry.
I thought you said Mashy. Okay. Anyway, Mashy is welcome to join us. Mashy is welcome to join us if he wants to. Did you mark him as winner?
As winner, I do not have the tools to make edits.
I thought you were doing that. Okay, I will take a look then. And
we
will get him invited.
Oh, actually, wait. I'm sorry. There we go.
Yep, that should do it.
I do have the tools.
Yep, that should invite him.
Okay, so some good eye luck. Okay, okay. So Deathel is he's on the loose.
We'll wait for Crunchy to finish before we bring Mashy in too. So we'll just
everyone give your
Crunchy
support to Mashy. Or
not
Mashy.
Half a heart,
Crunchy.
half a heart, half a heart.
He's
Don't
got
die.
This.
Don't die.
Crunchy, you can do this. Hello.
Come on,
Hello.
Why, hello. We're watching the finish to... Oh my goodness, this is heart-wrenching.
Yeah, Crunchy just lost the let Deathel escape, so now we've seen you both let him escape today. Got 2
It's
hits
the curse
in.
of the palate.
Yeah, why'd you do this?
Why did you subject me to those dark rooms?
Why did I subject myself to those dark rooms?
That's a good question you should ask yourself. Oh my goodness, Crunchy.
He got it. Wow. Everyone get your GGs in chat for Crunchy. Thief, you've beaten all the nightmares. There's just one more reminder that you're a thief. And that is an official SRL time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 3 seconds. Of 3 minutes and 1 second behind. GG.
Good stuff.
Hoot, young lad. I mean, thief. The hero. Thief. Nintendo really likes to remind you of these things, don't they? So we'll see if Crunchy also wants to join us here.
So, Mashy.
So
that run, how did you... I think...
that was certainly a run.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama in that run.
Oh,
I think your idea to make a save file at the egg was very clever.
yeah, I should have done that first try. Like,
It's a good marathon strat.
I had that idea in the back of my head for like, I should do that just in case, because if I run out of arrows on Deathel,
Were you watching the stream?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
But that Aghanim fight was brutal. The first time.
Yeah, that Aghanim, I could not believe that. That was like 8 in a row or something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
That was ridiculous.
That's the kind of luck you pray you don't get in Link to the Past. So that's not the kind of luck you usually have to pray that you don't get in Link's Awakening.
This game, has its moments.
And then I think I got another, like, 2 blue balls on the second try. And then the third try I got 0.
The third. It was like
four. It was 4
Oh,
on the second
it was
try.
4? I'm mentally blocking them out at this point.
Yeah, I would just
Can't
try to
blame you.
pretend it didn't happen.
What blue balls?
Yeah, that last go around though was very good.
Anyway,
But yeah, that palette just kind of screwed everything up.
The thing I thought the biggest was that it was gonna affect was like stuff like the Goomba Surf. I was like, man, how are you gonna find that pixel?
As soon as I walked up the stairs, I was like, oh my god, where's the pixel?
Yeah, like that moment where you're like, the meme isn't funny anymore. I can't play.
But then I found it really quickly and got a good pattern, so it was
that was a
it was all
really good Goomba Surf. It was like totally free.
It worked out in your favor there, that's for sure. Just a note, by the way, for the viewers, KrunchyLex will not be joining us. He has a microphone problem right now. Figures will require a restart, so he won't be able to get in time for an interview. So get your GGs in chat for him.
But I think the craziest part of this run was the fact that throughout the entirety of the run, I was within 1 minute of my PB.
Really?
Until
Really?
the Windfish Egg.
Well, that's not bad. Yes, it was a solid run for sure. Are you running on console?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I
know-
lost like a little bit of time at the beginning when I accidentally bought the bombs, and then I had to
Right.
fix my palette.
I noticed that happened. Yeah. What is it? I take it you're running on either GBI or
Yeah, GB.
Game Boy. Okay. Yeah, I noticed the Game Boy Color BIOS, and I was like, I thought that was funny.
And part of what contributed to your favor too was that early death that Crunchy took in one of the earlier dungeons too. That set him back quite a bit, and that I didn't think that would be the difference that made the race in this case, but it pretty much was given the triple try at the egg.
Yeah, it was a number of things could have easily turned the tables.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that close when that happened, but apparently Deathel had other plans.
Yeah, Deathel insists on having close races.
Yeah.
Deathel
sure.
wants maximum pressure.
Sweet. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I was able to commentate that.
So I think this puts you at 2-2. Am I right on that, match?
No, it puts me at 1 and 3.
Oh, this was an 0-3 match.
Oh,
I had
I
the
see.
records wrong. My bad. So you're both out of the tournament regardless.
Yeah,
what are your
that's why I
thoughts
wanted
as-
to have a last bit of fun with this.
I
'Cause
see.
I
That
knew it was
makes
going to be my
sense.
last race.
That makes sense now. So what do you any last thoughts as you exit the tournament then?
It was a fun tournament. I picked up the game like 2 days before the tournament started, and
Oh.
it's been
Well,
fun.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot of improvement for that time.
And I had a couple close races. I think I was like a minute behind Dragon and like 30 seconds behind JC or something. Like
Oh wow.
2 really close races.
I might have seen that one with JC actually. And JC's in chat, so you can probably confirm that too, actually. So, but yeah, you did have some good shots at the tournament here, at the races here. And it was nice to come out with a win in the final race, even though it was kind of a messed up finish. It's at least nice to come out with that win and at least hit yourself in the win column.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, go out on a positive note there. So, with that said, any last thoughts?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
I think you said it pretty good.
Yep. So yeah, just as noted, we'll get the links in chat here. I'm actually gonna do that before I say it here. Make sure you follow the runners. Their channels are as you see them on the chat right now. If you're watching live on our Twitch chat, if you are watching on YouTube, I should say that they're exactly what you see on the YouTube screen as well. Twitch.tv, followed by either of the names you see there on Mashy or KrunchyLex. Those are their Twitch names. So feel free to go find them, give them a follow, say hi to them, chat with them as they do their other streams, and thank them for all the entertainment they put on in this tournament. You can find their other races on our playlist on YouTube as well, and on the various Twitch channels for Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Make sure you follow those, by the way, and make sure you also give a follow to my co-commentator Sikinar, who has joined me in the commentary booth this race today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And I am Cyclone GU. I just want to say, unless there's any final thoughts, I want to go over the schedule for upcoming events here on Speed Gaming tonight. Now, I should note for our YouTube audience that what you're going to see next on our YouTube playlist, if you are looking at our playlist, if you're not, then you can just find another video on your own. But if you are looking at our playlist, it will be another race in this tournament that you're going to see up next. Speaking of, let's actually cover that. I should probably cover that before the rest of the schedule. Coming up in this tournament, we have nothing tomorrow on Saturday, but we have two races on Sunday by the Eastern time schedule anyway. One is at noon between Bamboo Shadow and Phantom Matt, one of our tournament administrators. And then JC87 and Dragon, who you just mentioned, Mashy, are going to be racing at 2 o'clock on Sunday, and that will officially wrap up week 4, the final week of the Swiss rounds. Then we're going to get into the phase where we start looking at the tiebreakers, and then it's time to decide who wins the whole thing by going through the brackets. So we still have a lot of links weekly coming up. Even though it's the final week of the Swiss, there's still a tiebreaker and a lot of bracket action to come. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about the brackets when they come out.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. The races are going to get more intense. There have been some intense ones, but they're going to get more intense. They're going to get more pressure. And you might even see a world record or two. We don't know yet. We'll have to see.
You never know.
So with that said, any last thoughts, Siki, before we wrap?
Not for me, no. I'm just looking forward to see the rest of the tournament.
Okay, let's just make a note that what we're probably going to do here on the live channel, we're probably going to be going over to Speed Gaming 4, knowing how that works. On the back end, we're probably going to be going to some Final Fantasy on Speed Gaming 4. If you want to see other events, that's the Total Chaos tournament, by the way, on Speed Gaming 4. If you want to know what other events are coming up on Speed Gaming tonight, a Link to the Past randomizer daily race. It's one of the custom categories. It's not the normal standard or open. It's an enemizer with Chaos Boss Shuffle tonight. That is chaotic. That is on right now on Speed Gaming 3. You're going to find about... actually, the broad channel just went live with New Super Mario Brothers ES. That is another tournament, and that's about a half-hour or so race going on the main channel in just a few minutes. And we also have at 11 o'clock tonight Super Metroid Double Anti-Bingo. It is a bingo tournament. You don't play the entire game. You just do the goals you need for the bingo, and that's how you win the game. If you get 2 bingos, including one that your opponent chooses, you win. So feel free to check out those events. They are on our schedule at speedgaming.org/schedule, or type !schedule in chat. Make sure you stay tuned on the main channel. This I think it's over the entire weekend. I'm not sure what way it ends. I think it's just this weekend. But at least this weekend, you'll be able to find Speed Gaming live at the ESA tournament room. That is going to start tomorrow around 8 o'clock, and it will go until scheduled about 6:45, but that can give or take a little bit. Depends how those events go there and if there's any delays or anything. So estimate 8 o'clock in the morning to about 6:45. Make sure you check that out. We have different tournaments happening there, including Link to the Past Randomizer and what else? I don't even know all the events are going on in that. But there's a lot of great races you can check out in that. So keep an eye on the main channel tomorrow for that. And you can also watch for Link to the Past Randomizer crowd control race tomorrow after that at about 7 o'clock, estimated at 7 o'clock. So that is on tomorrow night as well. And a lot of other events going on our schedule, including Diddy Kong Racing, Metroid Zero Mission, more Final Fantasy, and Mega Man 2 Randomizer. So make sure you check all that out. I want to just say again, follow Speed Gaming 236. Other than that, feel free to check out all those events. Have yourself a great evening. I'm going to give Siki the final word, and good night.
Thanks for watching.